This should be shown in every civics class, in every high school. This should be shown in every college across the country, but places like Walmart and Amazon won't even sell the DVD, and it's such an important film, and I feel like I need to watch it again because it's so dense with information, and everything that's leading up to why this country is currently in a police state, basically.
The thing about the film is it's not really about the left or the right. The film focuses on the very basic liberties that we have taken for granted in this country for 200 years. In fact, a lot of them are just enumerated right there in the Bill of Rights. And these are liberties that are not supposed to be open for political negotiation. In other words, even majorities should not be able to cancel out your right to free speech, my right to conscience, our right to assemble or to petition the government for grievances, or even the fundamental idea of equal rights and equal justice under the law. And so, as someone who came to America as a teenager, as an immigrant, entranced by the opportunity, the social mobility of the country, and then, of course, this idea that you have these, the founders call them unalienable rights. And then to fast forward today and realize that, wow, one by one, these rights are being taken away. And the pretext might vary. In some cases, it's like, it's because of 9/11. Oh, it's because of COVID. Oh, it's because of January 6th. But whatever the rationale, the movement is in the same direction. So people have indications that this is going on. The film just pulls it all together and puts it into a story that's understandable, creates a chronology, and I think sounds a warning.
It does really put things in great order because I think a lot of people, like I'm in my 30s, I think a lot of folks are going, hey, I remember, I was alive posting on social media. A lot of us were in the early, golden days of YouTube where we were able to post, share, make videos about any topic, and a lot of us say, like, when did this start happening? Like, what year exactly was it when it felt like all this censorship started to really gear up? And you do put a very good timeline on things, and you kind of basically take us through, how did the police state develop? It kind of started with Ruby Ridge into Waco, and a lot of folks think that 9/11 and the Patriot Act was the beginning of this kind of cranking up of censorship. But it's interesting to see how the seeds were planted even before 9/11, and you bring in the FISA courts, how the FBI is basically like, it's wild to me, like our own government is basically intimidating us to either forget or not fight for our own rights, or the rights of our children, or to protect our own children, and they're doing a pretty good job at it.
The police state is the exact opposite of the American founding, because the American founding, the idea is that the government is the enemy of rights, and that the way to protect our rights is to limit the power of the government. That's when you read the Bill of Rights, almost every sentence begins, Congress shall make no law. Congress shall make no law doing this. Congress shall make no law doing that. And a police state, by contrast, is all power to the state. The state might use private entities, but the private entities are tools of state interest. And then the government kind of goes to war against the citizens. The citizens are seen as kind of a threat. This is why you have to take the citizens' rights away, so that they become subjects. They become, in a sense, subservient to the government. And all of this has escalated dramatically in the last couple of years. The roots go further back, and there's actually a bipartisan origin of the police state after 9/11. Many Americans, Republicans, Democrats, were like, we need to give the government these enhanced powers to protect us from foreign terrorists who want to kill us. Okay, but nobody thought, and certainly no one expected, that they would take these exact same powers and then turn them against American citizens, turn them against political opponents, use them to crush dissent. Go after your political enemies. These are all the hallmarks of police state tactics. We see it in North Korea, China, Cuba, Iran, the old Soviet Union. And it's, for me, so disheartening to see those exact same things now creeping into the United States.